On this World Schizophrenia Day, I would like to break some of the myths related to mental health that we encounter in our day-to-day practice. Most of the people think that mental health illness are very rare, but we need to understand that every 1 in 5 person suffers from one or the other kind of mental illness. Most people think that mental illness are not as serious as other physical illness and they tend to ignore it. But what we have to understand is mental illness can become serious if we don't diagnose it at an early stage, because it can affect our entire quality of life, whether it is our family or in our work. Mental well-being is very important in all aspects of our life. There is a common mentality that mental disorders are a sign of weakness, but we should understand that anyone can get a mental illness just like any other physical disease. So it can be genetic or it can be because of the stresses in their environment. There are a lot of reasons for one to develop a mental illness, and it should not be considered as a sign of weakness. There is a public tendency to believe that once a patient is diagnosed with a psychiatric illness, he or she will be labeled as a psychiatric patient for lifelong. But we need to be aware that psychiatric illness, just like any other physical disease, can be cured and managed with appropriate treatment. So timely interventions can help the patient to come out of that phase and lead a normal life. There is a public fear to approach patients with psychiatric illness thinking that they'll become violent and harm us. But we need to understand that most of the patients with psychiatric illness are non-violent, and actually they are becoming victims of violence from the perpetrators. There is a public misconception that all the psychiatric medications are addictive, and once you start taking it, you will have to take it for lifelong. But we need to understand that most of the psychiatric medications are non-addictive, and it should be taken for the prescribed duration of time, and once that period is over, you can revisit your mental health professional and take appropriate advice from them.